Good afternoon, Guardians, or good morning, or good evening, depending on your location, and welcome to episode 11 of This Week in Destiny. Hopefully you had a chance to check out Bungie's live stream reveal of the new Reef Zone last Wednesday, but if you didn't, or if you only saw part of it, fear not, because we'll be spending some time this week going over the highlights of that reveal, as well as some other news from the community. All this and more is coming your way right about now. So last Wednesday on the 22nd, Bungie put on an hour-long Twitch stream going over the new Reef social space that will accompany patch 1.2.0 and the House of Wolves expansion. I mentioned it in last week's episode, and I'll again be notifying you right now of tomorrow's special stream. So tomorrow, Wednesday, April 29th at 11 AM Pacific Standard Time, Bungie will be broadcasting on Twitch showing off the new Trials of Osiris mode. There's been a lot of speculation regarding exactly how this new mode will work, and not a whole lot is known for sure, but hopefully most of those answers will come tomorrow. Some things that we are sure of, or are pretty sure of, it's a player versus player mode, it is a limited time event beginning on Fridays and ending on Tuesdays, and it has special vendors and reputation that will allow you to purchase gear. It sounds a lot like the Iron Banner to me, so really what I'm looking forward to tomorrow is finding out in what ways it differs from competitive modes already in Destiny. As for last Wednesday's stream, it was a nice casual walk around the Reef led by Bungie's community manager Deej as they hopped from vendor to vendor explaining some of the new characters that will meet in the game. Now, this is just my opinion, but personally I felt a little bit let down when I realized that the Reef could be considered somewhat of a reskin of the tower. By that I mean the two zones feel and function pretty much the exact same way from what I can tell, but I'll reserve my final judgment until I can actually jump in and start exploring the area. Alright, so let's quickly go over a few things that we learned from the stream that I learned from Neonomi's Reddit post. First off, you can go to the new Reef Zone regardless of whether or not you've purchased the House of Wolves DLC, which is pretty neat. There is vault access in the Reef, but it's the same vault as the one in the tower, as in all the items that you currently have in your vault will show up when you open the one in the Reef. Also, at one point, Deej hinted at the idea that Xur would be jumping between the tower and the Reef, so we'll see how that plays out. Another thing they went into a lot of detail about was the recycling of old materials for new purposes. So if you've got like hundreds and hundreds of Ascendant shards lying around, then rejoice, since now you can take those materials and exchange them with the Speaker for reputation and other rewards. You can also turn Crucible and other commendations into reputation directly via your inventory screen, which is pretty cool. Oh, and the Iron Banner started earlier today at around 10 AM Pacific time, so make sure to jump in there and hone your skills in preparation for the Trials of Osiris. Bungie also unveiled 3 brand new helmets which are available for purchase from the Iron Banner vendor this week. They look pretty cool, but not as cool as the community spotlight this week. Boom, transition. First up is this week's comic from a little known site named Penny Arcade, which I found particularly funny. By funny, I meant it was heart-wrenchingly sad. Next up is Redditor Ikir, who created a real-life Thorn with the help of his girlfriend. It looks pretty awesome and is definitely better than anything I can make ever, so good job. And finally, I need to of course give credit to Redditor Neonomi, who has created this great list of highlights from Bungie's Reef stream along with pictures of the topics discussed. We already went over a few of these highlights during the episode, but you should definitely check out the post to see what else you may have missed during Bungie's stream. So that's all for this time. Remember, you can find the link to everything we've discussed in the video description below. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, then hit me up on Twitter at RaidLeaderTV, and if you missed last week's episode, you can find it right here. And now there's a garbage truck right outside of my house, so we ended just in time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday on Raid Leader TV.